Something extraordinary has just happened on the African continent. Something so bold and so controversial that it challenges everything we believe about energy, transportation, and innovation. A self-powered electric vehicle created by Zimbabwean inventor. Maxwell Chikumbutso has reportedly completed a 6,500-kilometer journey from Harare to Cairo without stopping to recharge even once. No charging stations, no fuel, no sunlight, just continuous motion powered by a technology the world insists is impossible. If true, this journey is not just a road trip. It is a direct challenge to the global energy system and the science humanity has obeyed for a century. When the news first surfaced that a self-powered AVE had completed a cross-continental journey, most people dismissed it immediately. It sounded too dramatic, too perfect, too disruptive to be real. But for those familiar with Maxwell Chikumbutso's history of ambitious inventions, this was simply the next chapter in a long and polarizing story. The claim did not appear out of nowhere. It came with scattered photos of the car at border posts, short clips of long African highways, timestamps, and testimonies from individuals who say they witnessed every kilometer. According to them, the vehicle carried no hidden fuel tanks, no solar panel arrays, and made no secret charging stops. It simply kept moving across countries and climates. What shocked many was not just the notion of a car that never needs charging, it was the brutality of the route itself. From Zimbabwe into Zambia, across Tanzania, through Kenya, into the dangerous terrains of Ethiopia, the scorching stretches of Sudan, and finally into Egypt. These are roads that test even diesel trucks and modern electric vehicles. If a prototype truly survived this route without external energy, then something extraordinary may have happened. The first question everyone asked was how. According to Maxwell, the vehicle uses a technology called a microsonic energy device, which allegedly converts ambient radio waves into usable electrical power. Most engineers reject this, insisting RF energy is too weak and inconsistent to power household appliances, let alone a moving vehicle. Maxwell claims his system amplifies these frequencies, channels them through magnetic coils, stabilizes them, and feeds them into a specialized battery unit. To a physicist, this reads like a violation of the laws of thermodynamics. To his supporters, it represents the beginning of a new era. This would not be the first time Maxwell has made such claims. He has previously demonstrated a self-charging generator, a wireless power unit, and even an off-grid helicopter prototype. Each of these demonstrations sparked excitement and criticism in equal measure. None have been commercially adopted, but all have kept his supporters believing that he possesses knowledge the world is not ready to accept. If this journey truly happened, it would serve as Maxwell's strongest evidence yet. According to the team, the journey began quietly at sunrise. The car looked ordinary, almost disappointingly normal. No antennas, no exposed coils, nothing visually futuristic. The team left Harare and headed toward Lusaka. The roads were rough, temperatures high, and traffic unpredictable, yet the vehicle kept pushing forward with a steady hum. At the Zambian border, officers performed routine checks. The team says they did not disclose the nature of the technology to avoid unnecessary attention or delays. Crossing into Tanzania, the environment changed. Long open highways, steep hills, humid air, endless stretches of rural landscape. The team claims the dashboard displayed stable power levels the entire time. In one clip described by those who have seen it, the car climbs a steep incline effortlessly, something that would normally drain a battery at alarming speed. Yet this prototype shows no sign of struggle. The Kenyan and Ethiopian stages were the most intense. These regions include harsh climates, dramatic elevation changes, and sudden weather shifts. The team reportedly said that if the car were to fail, it would happen in these terrains. But it continued. In Ethiopia, they allegedly faced long stretches of mountainous roads where even modern engine-powered vehicles lose significant efficiency. According to the team, the prototype remained stable. Sudan was where the journey turned from an experiment into a survival mission. Heat waves reaching over 45 degrees, sandstorms, and long empty roads with no support in sight. Yet the vehicle moved, unaffected by heat, unaffected by distance, as if powered by something independent of the world around it. By the time they crossed into Egypt, the team was exhausted but aware they had completed something historic. Reaching Cairo, they described the moment as overwhelming, not because of the distance, but because of what the journey symbolized. Reactions to this story split immediately into two camps. Skeptics argued the journey was staged, that hidden fuel tanks were installed, that the footage was edited or selectively captured, that the story was engineered purely for publicity. To them, RF energy cannot power a vehicle, and any claim that contradicts established physics must be dismissed until proven otherwise. They demand independent testing, laboratory analysis, open schematics, and scientific scrutiny before the story can be taken seriously. Supporters see this differently. They argue that Africa has long been underestimated and disregarded in global innovation. They point to moments in history when groundbreaking inventions were dismissed, mocked, or attacked because they challenged established industries. They say powerful corporations that profit from gasoline, electricity, lithium batteries, and centralized energy would never allow such a technology to rise without resistance. To them, Maxwell represents the kind of disruptive thinker the world fears. Between these two extremes are the undecided. People who are open-minded but cautious. They do not fully believe nor dismiss the claims. They simply want evidence, more footage, continuous recordings, independent observers, scientific breakdowns. To them, the possibility is exciting, but the burden of proof remains unfulfilled. What makes this story captivating is not just the claim itself, but the psychological conflict it triggers. Do we trust conventional science as we know it, or do we allow the possibility that innovation could emerge from unexpected places and challenge everything? If Maxwell's technology is ever verified, the implications would be monumental. Imagine vehicles that never need charging, remote villages with unlimited clean power, homes running without fuel, without solar panels, without dependence on any grid. Imagine national energy systems becoming optional instead of essential. Imagine a global economy no longer controlled by oil, coal, natural gas, or lithium. Such a breakthrough would dismantle trillion-dollar industries and create entirely new ones. It would shift global power dynamics overnight. For Africa, this would be more than a technological victory. It would redefine its narrative on the world stage. Instead of exporting raw materials, Africa could export advanced technology. Instead of being shaped by global powers, the continent could begin shaping global direction. A verified, self-powered energy system would instantly become one of the greatest innovations ever produced on African soil. But everything hinges on verification, independent testing, scientific evaluation, reproducibility. Until then, the world remains suspended between disbelief and possibility. Whether the journey truly happened in the way it is described or not, it has sparked a conversation the world can no longer ignore. It has forced scientists, engineers, and ordinary people to question the limits we accept without challenge. It has opened the doorway to imagining a world where energy is no longer scarce or expensive, but abundant and free. This brings us to the closing thought. Whether you believe the technology is real or not, this story forces us to rethink the limits of innovation. It challenges the assumption that scientific breakthroughs can only emerge from advanced nations or billion-dollar laboratories. It reminds us that sometimes the most transformative ideas originate in places the world least expects. If this self-powered EV truly completed its journey, then we are witnessing the early signs of a new era. And if it did not, the dream it represents remains just as powerful, pushing humanity to question, explore, and imagine something greater.